Why do you scream at me? Why do you think that it's free? It's not a choice made by me. Once we fall, soon you'll see. When I looked into your eyes, I can see we need to change our lives. Let me in, then we both win. But not knowing that you're killing me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. These walls have broken memories, but still hold all the history. One brick breaks, one cracked line, pieces crumble in my mind. But when I looked into your eyes, I could see we need to change our lives. So let me in, then we both win. But not knowing that you're killing me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. Holes in the walls, screaming at me. Holes in your walls, screaming at me. Holes in my walls, screaming at me. Holes in the walls, screaming at me. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. This silence, this building, tearing me fearfully. This silence, this building, tearing me. I'm screaming. Holes in the walls, screaming at me. Holes in your walls, screaming at me. Holes in my walls, screaming at me. Holes in the walls, screaming at me.
Greetings and welcome to Canucks with Guitars. I'm Ben. That's SMY Tree. That's Terry, who didn't get the memo, and we are live. Yes, it's mid-March, which means mid-Marchy things like snow dripping away, and what else we got going on? Oh, accidentals. Apparently damages were turned on that simulation out front of the house. More on that in a minute. So if you hear any noise, that's why. What else? Let's see. We've got a great show coming up. We're rating pedalboards, and we're doing the live cues and the A's. And let's do roll call first. Roll call. We've got starting on the bottom. I'll work our way up to the top. Number one in my heart. We got Aaron from Albus Band. Brother Aaron. We got Ryan, OU812. We've got Dan of New Jersey, Fern Murphy, aka the Grand Poobah, because he owns a hat. Lee, Elbard, Scott Brockway, the latest recipient of an Explorer-shaped object, or purchasee. I don't know if he's received it yet, but he snagged on one yesterday. Rob Baker is here. Michael B. Live. Christopher Live. Sawa. Missed you over on Fruitcake Show the other night. I was on. Where were you? You could have won trivia. And you could have, because literally it was 2 answers to win. Dan in New Jersey won. It was a 9-way tie. Oof, to me. Josh Hamburg's here. Greg Zeppelin. Paging Dr. Fabric. Dr. Fabric's in the chat. Some guy named Terry 3Gs. Never heard of him. Sassy Cat. What's up? Graphite and Cigars. We've got the one and only, the legend himself, Guitar Man 45. All Dave, all night. Metalworks, LRM Guitars. Who else we got? Boomster Black. Said it right for once. Went for it. Did it. Nice. John Shane totally knows what I'm talking about.
Just read your message, man.
I see a little preview windows. I'm like, is he gonna in time? No. Who else we got all up in here? Nope. Repeat offenders. James Hawking. He's not a repeat offender. Wait, he is. Keith H is here. Mark Severson. Wait, 732. Sweet. Absolute mayhem.
Mayhem.
Who else did I see in here? William Silva, Billy Baloney, Dave Chase. Ben Tom was first in the chat tonight because he likes to do that song. He beat Zach Thong, who I haven't seen yet, but I could have skipped past him because I just went to the bottom to see like Mark's gas station. Yep. All right. So, BC Rich 581. Yeah, he snuck in. Nice. Please leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. Helps us out. Algorithms. And if you're new, please subscribe. Closing in on 4,500 subs. That'd be nice to hit during the show tonight, just saying. And should we do the story of the action for this evening?
Sure.
So, I'm prepping for the show, aka I'm relaxing, lifestyle choices. Throughout. Couple hours. And all of a sudden I heard the old oof, that May. That was like, that didn't sound like a tractor trailer tire exploding or something. That was a boom. Oof. Well, so I go upstairs. Well, apparently the boom was an SUV put in the ditch on the highway.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. Now, grid took me about a minute to decide to come upstairs. Already paramedic on scene. Now, great, they're right over here, and there's an access. I get it, but okay. Well, it's horns. Maybe they're all done. There we go. So I was like, "Oh, what happened?" We don't usually get accidents right here since it's a straight stretch of highway. So, and the lady driver's okay. The person was they didn't even with the stretcher. They just put the old arm around him. They're like, "Here, come on, let's go sit in here where it's warm." So I'm like, what's up with that? Then I see a dude walking, backtracking, he pulled off further. And there was some other civilian that just pulled off to throw the hazards on to help with the situation, I guess. Which is good, because it's snowing, and roads are wet. I don't know how slick, but wet at the very least. So also I see a dude, walking back, retrace up. And I'm like, all right. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever been to a racetrack, but yeah, you have a tendency, Trev, because you can't talk to each other. You talk with your hands a lot. And Terry, you follow NASCAR, okay? So what I gathered was he was in, we'll say, the high lane, right? She was the passing lane, but her spotter didn't do door, bumper, clear, because that's what that's how you're at their door, you're at their bumper, you're clear. Spotter didn't tell her she was, and then she got turned, and normally you get turned into the wall. We've seen that in the highlight reels, folks. Well, since there's no wall in the ditch, I went, damages were turned on. Yes, okay, that makes sense. So then the fire department showed up on my road, not the actual 401. That doesn't make sense at all. And the dude, the paramedic's on the phone, over here. I was like, yeah, you can't do it. There's a fence. You got to walk through bunch of snow. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. Yeah, exactly. I turn now. So they show up and the poor guy that was in, wasn't his fault. Right? You could tell. And he just wanted to leave his statement with the cop the other way, right? So all of a sudden, okay, there's no fire. What's the first thing first thing the guy does is open the hood on the vehicle. I get it. Check for a fire, right? If there's no fire, Terry, put it back down, okay? Because otherwise you're just allowing quick dissipation of heat, which is going to cause it to freeze quicker into the ground. Makes the tow operator's job a lot harder, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So next thing you know, there's the paramedics. They're waiting around just because they have flashing lights. 4 or 5 fire department related trucks, we'll call it, Trev, like the pickup trucks with the little toolkits on the back. What's the first thing, this guy's got 2 big pails of kitty litter. I'm like, it's the middle of a blizzard. I don't think kitty litter's a factor. I'm just saying, you don't have enough kitty litter to sop up this wetness. And the poor guy's just waiting for the cops to show up. No cops. Finally, the cops show up. I look. That's a city cop. I'm like, that's not his jurisdiction. Nice that he's out there because he's got the flashing lights because it's the 401. But he can't take the statement because that's not his jurisdiction. And so finally the cops showed up. And then just after I set up for here and sent the link to these guys, tow truck showed up at about 7:30. So I was like, yeah, it's going to take about half an hour. So what's up, Max? So, yeah. That was interesting to watch. And of course, all the people rubbernecking driving up and down this road. Going, oh, what's going on there? It's an accident on the highway. Happens every day. Every day. Every day. So,
I guess people
Kurt 5150?
I don't think people drive the QEW and 400 enough to understand that accidents occur all the time.
If you ever wonder how much traffic is on a highway, just park next to a highway for an hour and just watch volume of traffic over the course of an hour. It just goes.
It'll make an interesting time lapse.
Yeah. Scott Brockway asks, anyone else get an Explorer-shaped object lately? No, not yet.
Still just the one.
Graphic in cigars.
No, believe it or not, he brushed it. Well, he ran his fingers through it. You can tell it's styled up.
No, actually, I washed it and just left it, so it's just like...
Oh, it's drip dry.
I have a natural curl going on.
There we go. Oh, someone's grabbing gears. Sounds like they may have cleared things up. Sweet.
Or else another one's going to occur.
Right. Cautions breed cautions. Rubbernecking causes more accidents. The Epic Arena looks real nice into your style. I haven't checked out the new 58s, but the current ones, some of them look a little orange at times, Scott, more than natural. And so I have issues with that.
Thank you.
Rob Baker says no Explorers for me. Did get a PRS, so I can fit the lawyer profile. I saw that. I saw that post. I saw that post, and I liked it, but did not throw Rob under the bus on the post, on the Insta Faces or whatever it was. So, yes. Oh, and yes, we're looking over pedal boards tonight, so we'll get into that. Well, what are we? We're 13 minutes in. Got a few submissions already, and especially helped because we didn't do it last week, so we had Michael Nielsen on, which was awesome. And then, last night we had Rob Cunningham from Daddario. How cool was that? All the string answers last night.
Yeah. Rob's always fun.
He is. Great guy.
I was just going to say, he definitely knows his info, his technical side on things, which is
and
awesome.
It wasn't even let me even think on it. It's bing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
He's definitely the right man for the job.
Yep. And he plays. Right?
Yeah. Les Paul shaped object.
Yeah,
Really nice.
Lester Pulphuses. I think he's got a Wolfgang too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you. He plays through a Friedman BE50. Just saying.
Nice.
That's his main flavor of amplifier these days. So, pedal boards. All right. And graphite cigars. I did get your Phrygian. That's it. Yeah, scale modes, and I looked at. You don't send that to a fella right before a show. Makes the head kind of melt. Just saying.
Especially not after some lifestyle choices.
Anyone else thinking of Dead Milkman's Bitchin' Camaro? I did when I used to watch. Oh, look at that. We got more submissions since I mentioned it. Okay. Easy. We'll see how many we can get to here. All right. So, scrolling down. All right. Let's see. Where were we? We did that. No. There. All right. That's me for that. Here we go. Who's this? Pedalboard. Oh, this is. This was from Boomer, I believe. It's the Pine amp. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Did we do this one already? If not, we're doing it again.
No.
No?
Didn't
All
do
right.
it yet.
And you guys keep an eye on the chat, right? While I get my mind boggled. Wow, it's fuzzy when I zoom in. But that's okay. We see emission audio, expression pedal. Oh, it's all right. I see a yellow Boss object at the front of the chain. All right, that's fine. It doesn't matter what it. They're all different flavors of goodness. I see. Ooh, an EHX cockfight. I used to own one of them. They're cool. Nice thing you hook up expression pedal and works like a talk box. Just saying. Oh, yeah. Bunch of EHX stuff. I see a carbon copy down at the end, I believe. Problem is, it's kind of blurry. If Boomer could send in another photo that's less blurry. Well, actually, that's clearer there than when I do it that way. But that's about as clear as I can get it. And I know that's not clear because I just realized my bandwidth went down to -14. All right. Let's... He said, hope this works. Kind of. All right, next. Who's this? James Hawking. James Hawking with the pedalboard submission. Downloading. Downloading. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go. All right, sweet. I can orientate it. Ooh. All right, so he's got a nice board. I don't know, it's one of those allows air. It's all holy, Trev, as opposed to the rail system. All right, what's that? A jangle box. I don't know what that is, but that's bonus points on name alone. I don't know what a jangle box is. Pine amp was the Widowmaker. Awesome. I will try to do that, Graphite. Okay, we got a freak out. We like freakouts. SPJ just demoed the freak out on Stompbox Saturday there. Right, Terry? Yes, and we'll be talking about that this coming Sunday. Then we got Swollen Peckle from Way Huge. Another great pedal. Then we got something round, likely a fuzz face type object made by, well, it's white, so I can't really read it. But it looks all boutique-y and round. Sure. Then we got the Wampler Plexi Drive. Sure. Boss EQ. Yep. I'm going to assume I go up to the next here. What's that thing? Sure. That's what it says. Sure. I don't know, but looks expensive. What's that? TC Electronics Chorus Plus. When it's got dip switches. Okay, that looks pretty intense. So congrats on that. What's that? MXR Phase 90. Post gain phase bonus points. James Hawking. TC Electronics Mimic. I've always wanted to check out one of them. Okay, I dig that. Ooh, then the Boss, all the delays. Oh, John DeShane, again, in progress. Easy, John. John's like live and I got direct access. I'll just force it on him. And then we got a Boss DD200 delay. So, yes. And we got, what's that? A radial shotgun off board. I get it. That's more for home use. So he's splitting signals and whatever. He's going to digitals. I don't know. But let's show this off. There we go. I want it without the bank. Yeah, there we go. A nice clean board, guys, with some quality equipment on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, I agree.
Cable management.
Yep.
All right.
Billy will approve the cable routing. James Hawking. All right, where's James? There he is. Okay, for the 4-channel. Yeah, all right. If you're not honorary Canuck, if you're not a full-on Canuck already, I don't know what your breeding is. I'm just saying. Good stuff. What's this? It's in a vehicle. Well, aren't you? Oh, yeah. All right. Sure. Ooh, we got van life here. All right. Ironically, watching the Monday show.
That's awesome.
Because if we zoom in, focus.
Yeah, look at that. The same but different.
Feet up, watching the guys. I got it. I get it. All right.
Damn.
Is that a fucking Kemper? It's a fucking Kemper profiler. His laptop sitting on a Kemper profiler. Damn, okay. Then we got a Wascraft DS1, something there, sideways I can't read. Then, all right. Yeah, that. What the hell? Oh, and then we got a description. All right. Oh, now he says, I don't mind if you share. Well, too late.
Oops.
That's the way it works, folks. You send me photos. Chances are. Hey, John from Down Under. Good to see you, my friend. Share. I work late, sleep vehicle sometimes. I get it. Catch up late Monday night on. Oh, okay. That's cool. Wait, because he is. Yeah, I get it. Yep. Because he works late. Sometimes he doesn't catch us live. All right.
Quiet seasons anyway.
Yep. All right.
Thanks for the replay.
All the angles, we saw that. Yeah. So, coming in hot. I haven't seen him in the chat, but he could be lurking while driving.
Hey, Charles Green.
Charles Green. Cheers, brother.
Charles Green. I need your address. I have something for you. I need your address. Yeah, I get to do that. So I need your address because I have something for you. Trev knows what it is. And yeah. All right. So this is Trev, the infamous flying pickle pedal floor.
Oh.
Because I don't know. I'm thinking rabbits are involved because I think I see a pedal board under there somewhere, but there's a Patrick Traits knows what I'm talking about. All right, so first of all, Canafella, there. All right, how many pedals am I looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. They're not. No, those aren't all hooked up, so they don't count. Nope. All right, so we get to look at the full-on pedal floor.
Oh my god!
But looking at, I can cut off at the here, basically. Yeah. All right. So, all right. He's got a lot of LPD pedals, but how many are connected? Yeah. All right. So we got a mini wah, LPD 68 Deluxe into my old 87. It can handle accidental 18 volts put in. Mm-hmm. I see an LPD Lucent. Yep. LPD Berman. Sure. But that's okay, and that's not even start. Start looks like we got a Peterson tuner, Trev. So that's bonus points.
He does have the strobo stomp, so
yeah. A Friedman something or other pedal, sure. The green JHS, which I think's the Bonsai, sure. MXR chorus, analog chorus, sure. Oh, then we got a dispatch from Earthquaker. Okay, so that's a whole little mini board right there. That's not even hooked up to the other one, which is the actual pedal board. This is confusing, Laz. All right, so there's a LPD title, chorus, cascade, reverb, because you took the. I noticed you got a EVH phase 90, sure. Some little button that does a thing.
Maybe
sure.
A lazy Laz, not a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind of shelves anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that old DOD thing there? What? Oh, DOD envelope filter. Old school.
Hey, again, blackjack guitar.
Blackjack.
Is that blackjack guitar? Yeah, so I can't tell what's hooked up and what. Yeah. Clean up your floor and resubmit, please, Laz.
Oh, good luck. Maybe in June. Mind you, then he'll be leaving for Europe or something. Well, we have to maybe get an after photo when Martin's finished with his visit. Maybe Martin's going to be playing Legos.
All right, there we go. All right. This better be done, Deshane. Just saying. Ooh, well, it's lit up. So I think it's. I think he just needs to program it at this point, and of course, it's fucking sideways. God damn it. Canafella? No, because if I download, watch it. I bet you it won't even save last, will it? Did it? Oh, it did too. Sweet. All right. Well then, edit, rotate. I know. So this is entertaining. Done. Save. Sure. Oh. All right. So John DeShane is replicating Pete Thorne's pedalboard one bit at a time. Why? Well, I'm not legally allowed to call him the crazed super fan, so you just read into what it is you read into while I take a sip.
The plastic surgery will occur later.
All right, so we got a couple of these pedal things. Doesn't look like a Dunlop wah, so I don't know what they are, Trev, because that's how I roll in life. I assume one controls something and one's a wah, like a wah and a volume or a wah and expression of some kind that's plugged into something digital. I don't know.
It's not going to be a wah.
Then we've got the who made that thing? Yeah, the Boss ES8 switcher, which apparently he's figured out. By the way, if Aaron's still in the chat, I said to John that I'd give him your number if he started having a meltdown on how to understand the thing.
Volume
you
and
understand
expression, John.
Volume pedal and an expression pedal. There you go, man.
All right. No wah needed.
No, he
Not crazed super fan, just crazed. That's quite possible. Okay. No wah in caps.
Kurt Hammett killed wah for him, so he can't go back.
So we got a Russian muff. Sure.
Pardon?
Where's it? Or is it a pie muff? Why don't? Yeah, I think that's the Russian. I don't know. It looks olive drab, so I'm going to assume it's the Russian one. We got the Eddie Phaser out front because he does that because he's an Eddie head to a certain extent. Then we got the flanger next to it again because he can't handle this stuff post game. Ooh, I have to stay in the shallow end of modulation. I dare not tip my toes in the deep end. I get it. It's okay. It's not for everybody. Or what's that? The did check freak out as well. Nice. Then, oh yeah. Oh, and he's got the tape over the stuff too. I see what you're doing here. All right. There's the Strymon Strobo Stomper Tuner Upper 5000. There's something I would be able to read, but you got tape all over the logo, so I don't know what it says. Yep. There's the Cali 76. Sure. The Nobles. I can tell that's a Nobles because similar color to a Tube Screamer, but better. Pantheon. Sure. The H90. Yep. The El Capistrano. Capistan. Yep. Sure. What's that? Blue Sky. Should have left it zoomed in. Then we got a little ditto something or other at the very end. Looks like possibly a looper. Yeah. Ditto looper. Right. All right. So, let's size for presentation. Here we go. There's John's pro quality pedal board that he may throw his back out every time he has to carry.
Don't forget it involved a lot of cursing too, as we seen and heard.
All the cursing. Hey, Haas, you legend. What's up? Saw you slaying at the Melbourne Guitar Show, just saying. I saw the clips. All right. And I'm going to do one more.
Yeah, that'd actually be awesome.
All right. That's not a pedal board, Scott. That does not count. You put together a pedal board because that's not signal chain, so that does not count. So he sent the inventory, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a pedal board. It's pedal boards. When we do pedal shelves and pedal containment systems, all right. So the last one of the evening, the rest will be going towards next week. Submit canuckswithguitars@gmail.com for not next week, the week after that, but I can't say why yet for next week. But make sure you subscribe for next week. That's all I'm saying. So from Mr. Anderson 59, who actually wrote out the order. All right, you just a Dickens. Polytune. Not my favorite, but an industry standard. That's fine. That's like a Boss tuner. Fine. Mythos Blackout Golden Fleece. Sweet. Full Tone Super Wah. Sure. JHS Unicorn, which is unifying. Yep. Awesome. Analog Man modded GE7. I like your style. Earthquaker Devices Special Cranker, which is kind of like a Dodd 250. Earthquaker Devices Plumes, which is a YouTube screamer. I like how he puts in brackets. He tells me, this is not me telling you as an aside, Terry. He did it for me because he knows me. And I thank you, Mr. Anderson59, because I'm pretty sure I saw you in the chat earlier. Earthquaker Devices Plumes. Yeah. Mythos, Oracle, and... Oh, you got the Mythos Oracle? They're sweet, eh? Yeah. I remember playing one before they were actually released. Very nice. Aaron knows what I'm talking. Aaron said, you got to play this. I'm like, all right. FX loop of a Friedman Runt has the Boss Dimension C Waza. Nice. And a Source Audio Collider. Really? Huh. Okay. All right.
Sounds pretty delicious.
So, high quality. Used natural lighting, I think even. Oh, that is. Yeah. That's that's a nice board. That's I'm not gonna lie, Terry. That's a nice board.
That's nicely done.
Yeah. Top marks there.
Some quality stuff. So, like I say, if you'd like your pedal board rated or roasted or confuse me, help a guy understand. So so there we are. And any questions? I hope, because we haven't done many yet tonight. So Scott Brockway's going to build a pedal board because I know you got enough pedals to do it. Billy Baloney approved. I like it, Billy. There we go. I gotta keep the chair up high. Helps the hip. And then it'll slouch a bit. There we go. That looks comfortable. Not. So, Trev, I know you've been getting some hours in. How are the hands doing this year? They're holding up okay?
So far, so good. It was a bit sore in January there, but that was more related to a workplace incident and the guitar. So, yeah, put in 4 hours on Saturday, and yeah,
okay.
Did 2 more.
Yeah, I know. Terry's building up the hand muscles because every time I turn around, he's got an acoustic in his hands lately. So he's like, "Look at you with your little curly 9-gauge strings, all set super low." Yeah. And Terry was complaining earlier. He's like, strings aren't high enough because he wants to slide on it some more. And yeah. So I get it. I've been playing a bunch. I hope everyone else has been playing a bunch. I've been playing more.
I hadn't played
doubled my
for a
playing in the
little
last
bit
few
there.
weeks.
I hadn't played for a little bit there, so that's why I was like, you know what? I should play before the show.
I got to log some more time on that acoustic I've got. 4 to 5 times I go to grab it, and the kid's playing it, though, so it makes it a little...
Hey, nothing wrong with that, though, right?
If she's playing it, I let her play it, because
Yeah.
she's in her zone, so...
He's going to make something with many loops. Great. Speaking of Kirk 5150, did you know that he's one of those turner on or offers on the Under the Bus Network, Trev? Wednesday
I've heard of
nights?
that.
Just saying.
Sometimes Saturdays.
And sometimes Saturdays. I had a girlfriend like that.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, we're agreeing. Sometimes Saturdays. When you get to dime the Marshall, when it's warm enough to take it out to the garage to dime it, I'm not going to dime it in here.
I did dime mine on Saturday night. Just saying.
In theory. All we heard is like it was just white noise, Terry.
The microphone was just
wait. Yeah, let's see. I don't know if this will come through or not, but since we have video.
Hey, Holly Lewis.
There is evidence.
Sassy Cat says, does a Gretsch count as an acoustic? Well, technically there are Gretsch acoustics.
If it's a hollow body.
Yeah,
But if it's a hollow body, yeah.
Semi-hollow. What the?
That's what a Marshall on 9 into StreamYard sounds like.
Oh my god. My ears.
Well, we're working on stuff. I got the Focus right nearby. It's almost springtime. I'll do a spring clean here and get that hooked up. Might even buy myself
Okay,
a 57.
Tony, you are tardy. You will have to detention, which is you have to play the pentatonic scale, your choice, major or minor, 52 times, 52 pentatonic scales.
That's some pretty serious.
Nope, he's entered at the point of a 9-way tie.
Actually, no, he's 34 minutes late. Therefore, only 34 pentatonic scales. Tone for days, Billy. Yep, tone for days. And I can see. I was trying to figure out what Trev was playing just by watching his hands because I certainly couldn't hear it. I'm like, I don't know.
I like that what Ferg put. Sounds like an electric pencil sharpener.
You can play it on bass, Tony. Dealer's choice. Guitar, bass, scales or scales.
Right on, Patrick. And graphite, still haven't put it in the loop. I think I got to replace this little 3-way switch. Sometimes she cuts in and out and stuff. Either that or at least get in there with some more of this fabulous deoxit product.
There you go. What? It sat on the shelf for a decade.
Well, but to get in there, you got to take all the fucking knobs off. You got to take the spinning nuts off. You got to unload the whole bloody thing.
Mm-hmm. Hassle factor of at least 42.
I could do that on one of our water buffalo hangs, maybe.
You could.
Sure.
Tony's like, I was actually here at 5, but nobody was here. Okay. Well, I wasn't either.
Well, John, you're going to have to get Graphite to explain to you the concept behind putting that in the loop. I guess using it as like a equalizer of sorts?
No, you're just using it as your preamp circuit. You're just plugging it into the effects return.
Oh, and I just not even going through the preamp on the Marshall.
Yeah.
Just that thing right into the loop power amp section. And
exactly. Which is effectively then your head becomes a solid state preamp to power amp.
Yeah, for science, I'll do it.
You wouldn't be the first one, and you won't be the last. Yeah. Fun fact, a lot of those Marshalls and boxes work. Especially, I'm just going to say the 87 into just the effects return of the Blues Deluxe is different than, obviously because you're not going through the Fender tone stack at all. You're just strictly relying. And it works great. Works absolutely great. And thanks again. Fruitcake Tony had me on Saturday night. Subject was Ronnie Wood.
It's a great show.
We talked quite a bit about Ronnie Wood. More than Ronnie would have talked about himself had he been on with us. I guess he didn't see the link in time, Terry. I don't know what the deal was. I don't run the channel over there. Although I was told Ronnie was going to make an appearance.
He was there in spirit, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it's a fun time over at the Fruitcake Tony channel. Show me your pick. That was, a lot of Ronnie Wood, which I love Ronnie Wood.
Yep, that's right. There was Sassy Cat, and then actually Blackjack Guitar showed up later over on Scar My Guitar.
Okay. Charles has a question. Ding, ding, ding. Charles75N asks, Ben, yes, Charles. What is the number one thing a fella should consider when putting together a pedal board? Can I fit the pedals I want to use on the pedal board before you start putting together the pedal board? Like, in other words, have the right board for what you want. Like, if you only need 4 pedals, Trev, you don't need the Terraforma. You don't need, like, John's size board.
I know.
Nope, John said it, and we actually answered something very similar before. Power.
Terry goes for the power route. For me, it's real estate. Real estate first, because usually I have too many pedals to fit on the pedal board, and I don't want to make that sacrifice later. I want to make it in advance.
Well, real estate.
The next thing being power, although I find your best source for power for a pedal board, Terry, is you go on the Jungle website and type in pedalboard power supply, and then you sort by cheapest. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I found a big difference when I went with
Just
the
get,
Switch
but
cup.
make sure it's the isolated brick style though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just, over here. Easy. Don't kick stuff. I just picked this one. I picked up a couple of these, last month. I don't know. I can't even say the name, let alone contact them for customer service. I don't know.
Yui Inpu.
Yeah, Yinpu. I don't know. Whatever.
That was pretty
But
good.
see, music, effects, pedal, power supply. Whatever. They're isolated power supplies. They're all made over in the big China. And just make sure it's one of these type objects.
Actually, that actual graphic on there actually is pretty good. Actually.
Power supply. Yeah, right. So, and this thing's got what? There's takes DC in, which is 18 volts. Got an on-off switch even, dedicated on-off. Like you ever going to turn that off. So you got 6 9-volt at 100 milliamp. You got 2 9-volts at 500 milliamps. You got a 12 at 100 and an 18 at 100. And they're all isolated. There you go. Or, you can spend the big money on, your Voodoo Labs, your Radial, your whatever. Or you just sort. And this one was normally, I think they were normally 55 Canadian on the Jungle website, and then they had a coupon, saved like $8 or $10. So I'm like, might as well grab 2. And they did.
I went with this.
Well, those are decent. They're great.
Spot.
I have the
6
Daisy
out.
Chain. So
It's got 6 outs and I'm using 4, so about 5, I guess. 5 when the metal zone's plugged in.
yeah. Well, I could have just shown on the box. That's all it tells you. So, there you go. Yeah. Because I got 2 like that already, and I needed a 3rd for what I'm planning. Well, maybe a 4th. We'll see. I'm doing something similar to the pedal floor, except it's going to be the pedal coffee table without legs, essentially.
On wheels.
Ooh. John completely disagrees. Well, that's fine, John, but it's my show, so I'm right. You want to be right?
It was
Your own show.
subjective.
Mondays at 8, John Duchesne. I love John. Of course, John has nicer stuff too on average. Same
John
Trev.
likes nice things.
He has a certain level of sophistication, we'll say, with his gear.
Yeah.
I cut those corners. I don't even see the corner before I cut it. I'm just so far cutting the corners. But, yeah. Made John a mod just so make the other mods' jobs easier for approving all his cussing. He's been pretty easy tonight. It was like Trev noticed that also. He's like, he became a mod. He's like, wow, John Duchesne curses a lot, eh? I'm like, yep. YouTube really doesn't like it, does it? Nope.
It's
Well, except for now.
pretty slow in the chat until Boner Jam shows up. Then the mods gotta
Yeah.
start clicking. Anytime somebody says Boner Jam.
No, sure.
Oh,
Okay. Scott Brockway isn't approved for cursing yet.
Michael Cross, I paid $90 for a Pedal Power 2, a Voodoo Labs board, and pouch cables back in 2019. Just found the receipt. Good can be affordable when it's used. Yeah, no shit. That's a great deal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Graphic cigar. I can see that in John's voice because I'm right. Yes, it's a series. Been there, done that, and been there, done that, and that's why I'm right.
Wouldn't it be because Pete Thorne said so?
It's like, what would Pete do? What would he do? What would Pete do?
New feature on John's channel. What would Pete do?
Yes.
Josh, congrats on that, brother.
Oh, nice. Congrats. You got
Nice.
it.
Very cool. Next year. All right. Holly Lewis in the
Hey,
house.
now you can go find Henning and bother Henning.
Go have lunch with Martin and Lucas.
Yep, that too.
Definitely be a stop on my to-do list if I was in Germany.
Yeah, and that's no, and there's no ducking out on the Water Buffalo meetings. If Martin can do it, you can do it. Same time zone.
That's- At least once a month anyway.
Yes. Yeah, because the other one does start at midnight.
Martin can stay up pretty late though.
Charles 75N asks, "What is your favorite EQ pedal?" Asking for a friend. Would that friend's name be Chris? I like them all equally.
Equally.
I don't know. Wait, I was going to say, I don't know if there's a bad EQ pedal, and then I remember, no, that's right. I think you got one before.
4 hours to Amsterdam, Paris, Switzerland, etc. Nice. Yeah, so you're probably about 4 hours from Martin and Lucas.
There's a fair amount of YouTubers in the guitar community that are out of Germany, too.
It's a big country.
Besides Henning, so... Jeez, Scott. It's because you're supposed to lick before you leave the comment. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Always lick first with Henning. Not far from Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michiel. He's in Belgium. What else we have? Any other questions out there? 47 minutes in. We gotta go at least till top of the hour here. Oh! Ding, ding, ding for our bass playing friends. I don't know if you saw last week, Terry, that Fender released a new signature amp.
Oh,
bass.
yeah, the bass amp. Yes, I'd seen that.
Trevor's like, I am not knowing. I'm just going to sit here and listen for my name. I don't know. Adam Clayton has a new signature bass amp out.
Isn't that the YouTube bassist, I believe?
From U2, yes.
Yeah.
It's really cool bass. Combo amp, tube-powered combo amp with a bass notch control thing for pushing different mids, because he likes to play with the mids. Makes sense, because he's like, edge is all up here. Someone's got to fill in over here.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, Adam
what-
Clayton with no Nikki Six. Yeah, true that. So, yeah, it sounded pretty cool. It was a cool little demo video he did there. It's funny because when he's talking, he's sitting there holding a jazz bass, Terry, but every time he's playing a P bass.
I didn't see that, but that would be funny.
Yeah, it is his
Yeah,
birthday.
like-
today.
But you
Oh,
never
that's
see him
all right.
actually play the jazz, and if he's holding the P bass, he's playing it. So sure.
The only
Hi,
non-shocking
Josh's daughter.
thing about that is the fact that
She thinks this is a Water Buffalo meeting. I love it.
Aww. I was going to say the only not shocking thing about that is it's another member of U2, which of course has a tie-in with Fender ownership / management to some degree.
Who being the other what? I don't follow.
Edge and Bono also have involvement with Fender.
No endorsements though.
No. Well, actually,
Edge doesn't
had
have,
something.
as Rob said last night, Edge doesn't have any endorsements.
Yeah.
Just that way, which makes sense because
Yeah.
like you could do a signature guitar, right? But that's just the thing. That's not an endorsement. That's a one-time thing. Because He's going to play the Explorer for certain songs. He's going to be playing a Strat for certain songs. You know, he's good. That's the way it works because that's what he was playing at the time. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, yeah. I hate to be the Edge's tech. That's a lot of gear. Gibson
also
didn't make.
a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
thought they
days.
did an Edge Explorer limited run, but again, I don't think it wouldn't be an endorsement per se. It's just
Yeah.
licensing your name. That I was like, what's the thing? Whereas Adam Clayton's like, fuck it, I'll do a signature line. Yes, Fender, I'll do whatever you want. Steve
okay.
Harris rocks the deep bass. Yes, he does.
Steve Harris has got to be definitely.
BC
One of the
Rich
kings of the
says
P-bass.
Adam Clayton has, by his count, 3 signature basses at least, and now the amp.
Nice. And Billy's saying, yeah, Edge has a Tweed Deluxe. That's right.
Yep.
And the Bono signature Gretsch. Oh, yeah, to just hold behind him. That's right. I remember that when that came out. Because what was that? Rattle and Hum, Trev? That whole tour?
Yeah.
Bono insisted on having a guitar hanging off him because that was part of his look.
Yeah.
It was like, are you going to play it? No. It just looks cool.
Just for
no,
show.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Really heavy necklace.
Yeah. What music stuff is everyone working on? Graphite and Cigars asks. All right. Well, we kind of touched on playing earlier, but Terry, what are you working on? Are you working on anything particular or are you just noodling?
I'm mostly noodling, but as you probably heard slightly at the beginning of the show, I'm trying to get back into figuring out slide more.
Brushing up on the slide skills. Trev, I know you're putting in hours because this is the year of 1,000 hours. So
Recently, a fella told me, or showed me rather, the part of the Crazy Train thing that I need to work on some more there. That little AEDA thing there.
right,
After the
to
opening
work
rep,
on your alternate picking.
tugging on that A. And I've been kind of working on the Soundgarden song off of their Loud Love album called Uncovered.
That
And
sounds familiar.
it's just one of those songs that just it's so heavy it grabs you by the boo-boos.
That's a very heavy album.
Yeah.
Nice.
Other than
I've
that, I do a lot
been
of major scales up and down the neck.
I've been working on a couple of pieces of music that they've been works in progress for a while. Other than that, trying to incorporate the 7-note scale in more. And I think I'm gonna learn a new scale. Yeah, I haven't decided which one yet, but I'm gonna learn a new scale, apparently, or try.
I saw a Twitter
I'm
thing
not
blow
sure
by
if you
today
can do
that was
that,
saying
Scott.
that
Sorry.
apparently
Go ahead.
Steve Vai says all of his guitar riffs are based on the blues scale. You just can't tell sometimes because of all the weird chords going on.
Well, there
It
we
wasn't
go.
on his, mind you, but there was like one of them article things. You don't want to click on those
Yeah.
article things because then they take you to a paywall or there's all kinds of ads.
Yeah.
Cool.
Other than that, I was working on tone recently. Dialing in the Marshall.
Yeah.
We tried the Gretsch through it last night, Terry.
Ooh.
You can add a certain amount of gain, and then you no longer need an EBO. We found that out. Even at bedroom volume, like at the moment you stop playing, woo, woo, okay. It's not even the high pitch
The
feedback.
whole
It's
body
the,
hum, yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Oddly
I
enough,
radio
when I've had the acoustic on the rack, and if I play bass, there are certain notes with a certain pickups
it just
that
really
I have
resonates.
enabled. It just resonates, and I'll sit there, and all of a sudden I'll hear the acoustic over here on the rack going.
Just vibrating. Yeah, I noticed that there's a harmonic hum in that head slightly. So it likes G's.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh,
It's
okay.
weird.
Something in there is tuned to G. Stuffing full of tube socks. Nah. Play with the feedback. That's the thing. You just don't stop playing.
That's right. Just don't stop moving.
Or noise gate.
Yeah.
Although, do I still have a noise gate? I think I may have sold all my noise gates. No, I think I still have one noise gate left. Maybe. No, I may have sold all my noise gates. That was part of the pedal purge of last year. Like, I don't need a noise gate.
It was, it's funny because I'm just thinking now, I realized how easy it was for you to get rid of the other Gretsch because you had just gotten that Gretsch.
Well, and also I just realized the irony of literally I traded in noise gates for a hollow body guitar.
Oh my God. Hey, that's not a bad thing when you can trade something that might be crappy or something you don't want into something that.
Well, I had no need for a noise gate because I never had a problem with feedback. And then it's like, ooh, okay. But then again, it's not going to be gigging with the hollow body. So,
yeah.
If I need to record it at volume, I won't be sitting right in front of the amp. Exactly, Bo. You got to learn to tame that beast.
Get on that volume knob. Hit that bypass on your tuner. Whatever you got to do if you're going to stop playing. Otherwise, just keep going.
Yep.
Balls to the wall. See, that's another song I'm working on.
That's just crazy. What is that? I bust out Fantasy the other night. It's off the top of my head.
Old.
What else do we have going on here? Guys, we're talking about scales, melodies.
You know what you haven't done yet, Ben?
Thank the patrons. Thank you, Terry.
Right.
Terry's on it. 57 minutes into the hour-ish long show. Touche, Terry. Still ahead of me. That's because I let him in ahead of me in traffic before the show. All right. So I want to thank the patrons. And you, too, can become a patron on Patreon. Oof to me. And you get a shout-out as part of the thank yous because you don't have a toque in the chat like the channel members. Now, there are a lot of double dippers, so as such, you get to wear a toque and you get a shout-out because there's special folks. So I want to shout out LRM Guitars, T. Ricky, Guitar Man 45, Cousin Todd Flowers, Cousin Doug Strong, Randy Crooks, Mahogany, Fruitcake Tony, Blackjack Guitar, Keith H. He's a character, you know. I'm just saying. Paul McNary, missed you at the last part. Didn't see Paul tonight either. What's up with Paul?
Yes, he showed up earlier.
Did he?
Said
all right.
To him, yes.
All right. Hey, Paul. And the cats. It's really the cats are patrons, but they don't have a credit card. Bad credit history. It's not that they can't get one, Terry. They just have terrible credit history. Oof to me. Who knew? You know, online ordering of catnip. That drives up the debt real quick. Got to feed the habit.
Catnip and little bowl balls.
Other left, the Grand Poobah himself, Ferd Burfel, JP Page 2, John ZD351, Brother Bent Tom, Jeff K, SMY Tree, Gear Junkie 35, Charles 75N. Nope, yes, Charles 75N. And Charles Green. See, I started reading Charles Green, but I said Charles 75N. Fortunately, they're both Charles Assisses. Unfucking believable. And of course, our newest patron, Hot Rod Josh. Who's soon going to be German.
Tickets to the Water Buffalo Club.
Nick KB Music in the house. D-D-D-D-D. What's up?
Hey, Nick.
I recently found out the awesomeness of Noble's ODR1, right? Now, you think that's awesome. Apparently, try finding a vintage one because they're apparently even better. I don't know why. Tim Pierce says they are. And
old chips.
Yeah.
Old chips now.
On the other hand, the new ones are good too, according to people. So I don't know. I don't know. So there we go. Ben, when would you like me to bring over the items to build my pedal board? Good question. That's a very good question. Not tomorrow. I better text him before I forget. Good question. Possibly Thursday?
Thursday.
Is Patreon or channel membership better for the channel? Patreon is better because they take less of a cut. But I understand if you want to in, the emojis and stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. Either way. That's why I say, do both on lower tiers, type thing. Whichever time is best for you. All right. I'll touch base with you on Wednesday, Mark. How about that? And then, like I say, say you do the $5 tier on the Patreon, and then you do like the $2 tier on the membership. Then you get your toque. And
when is the next Water Buffalo meeting, Ben?
Speaking of the next Water Buffalo meeting, different people have different priorities. This coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, time zone accordingly, will be the next Water Buffalo meeting. Right, not here. Well, I'll be in this room, but different platform because the doctor runs that surgical precision, in fact. And we look forward to all the channel members and patrons coming on out. You don't have to have a camera or mic. You can just lurk. That's fine. You do need a steady internet connection. That's about it.
Yeah. No.
It does. It's not Matthew McCosker. Yes. And we're 6 channel members away from unlocking a new emoji.
Another one? Oh.
Me figuring out what we'll do for a new emoji when we hit when we hit 75. We're at 69 with the recent gifts of membership to various people.
What a fella can catch if he goes fishing.
What's that?
Let's see what a fella can catch if he goes fishing. Gift membership out.
Oh. All right, I just opened up the YouTube chat so I can actually watch this, apparently.
Keith Campbell.
Again, with Keith Campbell. He got one last month.
God, I think he won his last one, too.
Jim Cox is gifting 5.
I see, Jim Cox. You.
Congratulations, Michael Krause,
GP
Page
Krause,
2, Jason Lindholm, Corey's Gardening, Great Vanzini.
Great
awesome.
Vanzini. Right on.
Wow. Cool.
Thank you again.
That was 6, right?
Thank you. Yeah, that was 6.
6 more.
Now you have to think of another emoji.
Yeah. Now, assuming we don't have any other gift ones expiring in the next 24 hours, we should be good to go. Let me just do a quick refresh. I don't know if it'll do it live or not that quickly. We shall see. That's awesome. Still saying 69. But it shows other folks. Oh, and some though that got previous gifts now have toques. Look at that. I see They have toques instead of just the logo.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice. Michael Krause. Now that guy's a character. I'm just saying. So I can just imagine him showing up at a Water Buffalo meeting.
Keith H is back.
Keith H is new channel member. Well, he's also a patron. He's now a double dipper.
I guess you wanted it too.
Awesome, Keith.
Take care, Randy.
And Graphic says he records himself every session or practice or pick up the guitar. Now, how long do you hang on to something like that? Indefinitely? Just like hard drives? Or is it like if it a couple of weeks later you start pushing out the back for what's coming in the front?
Yeah, that's a good question. As Billy says, these new members need to show up at Water Buffalo meetings. Take advantage
We have a
of exclusive content.
The record is 27. Come on in.
27,
break the
but
record.
24 peak.
Yeah.
Graphite's got
People came and
all-
left. Yes. But yes, overall was 27. Over the course of 3 or 4, I don't know. Sometimes I'll leave after 3 hours even. The idea was it was supposed to be 1 hour, and then it became 2. 2 led into 3, and then I hear people like, "Hey, we're still hanging out in there." It's like, it's been 9 hours.
Yeah.
All right, so Charles just sent a link.
Keep it going.
Doug Strong's just in time to find out. Buffalo meeting this Wednesday.
Guitarman 45 asks, how many people can be in a meeting? With
I think we can go up to 100.
In public, through a pro account, it can be up to 100, yes. But
Yeah.
that would be chaotic.
I've
No,
been in a Steve Vai Zoom hang because I'm a Patreon on Patreon. I'm a patron on Patreon for Steve Vai.
Not easy to say, is it?
He does a Zoom hang, and there was like 86 people there, but there's maybe 26 that have their cameras on. So there's usually a page and a half of people with cameras, and then everybody else just kind of has their names, and they're just sitting there listening in, hanging out.
And let's be honest, Terry, even when we had like 20 plus, we had lurker row along the bottom. Because consistently somebody was turning off the camera because they were going off to do something, but they were still hanging out, so they're present and just lurking, what have you.
Yeah.
Which, because then you get people moving around all the time. It's like snakes and ladders. Someone's telling a story on the bottom row, and by the time he's done a story, he's up to the third row. It's like you're trying to follow the fella.
That was interesting, that one individual who actually kept it on all the whole time while he was cleaning his house.
That was.
Yeah, I can't remember, but they were new.
Hang on. That would have been. Who was that? I know who that was. Oh, I don't remember who that was.
Or John's trying to figure out the time converter.
Hey, and we hit 4,500 subs.
Nice.
Congrats.
Let's have a party. Wednesday night. Remember
Wednesday night. Thought it'd be the soft opening. Well, yeah. Onward and upward. Let's go for 5,000 this year, hopefully.
I'm gonna be out of town. I gotta not be out of town for that.
Thanks, Nick. Yes, what else do we have going on?
Upcoming guest this Sunday we have.
Oh, good. Yeah, we can talk about that. Upcoming guests. So we have the one and only Sean Pierce Johnson, host of Stompbox Saturdays.
I think he just put up a video. I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah, he does the Freak Out and it's like the Whammy pedal, but it's not the Whammy. Ricochet.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool name.
Not the hockey player Ricochet. No. So, and then something happening a week from tonight as well.
Next Monday, I got the feeling I'll be in the chat.
Yeah.
Special.
I'll be here one way or another. So you guys should all be here too.
Yep. Tune in next week to find out who the mystery guest is.
John says I can convert time, but Ben's emails always say tonight, tomorrow. All right, 7 p.m. Eastern for me.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wednesday the
You're
15th.
14 hours ahead, John, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, so he would be into Thursday.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m. Thursday. Zach Thong in the house. We've been waiting for you, Zach. Now we got to rewind the whole show just for you.
He was here earlier, and I meant to say hi to him, but you were.
Yeah. He's been in here
okay.
for probably about 20 minutes
Oh,
or so.
what's up, Zach? Belated hellos. I would like a metric calendar. Let's do a. I don't know how that would
Base
work.
10 math calendar would be tough, man. You'd have to rewrite it right down to the seconds, right? Then how long?
10-day week. We have 10
How
months.
many
for 10-day
hours are
week.
we going to work in a week? Well, you only have to work 10 hours now. But an hour is
10 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you get 5-day weekends too. All right.
only 12 hours in a day. What?
20-hour days.
Metric time. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Not going to work. The people have been working on that one since the beginning of people, man. They got it down now.
John says, when I took over the world, I'm switching all of 24 time zones to Melbourne time. The Americans can eat lunch in the dark.
It's a 24-hour world now anyways. I don't get this whole daylight savings nonsense.
That's like... I had an issue with the bank today, and I call, and they're like, if it takes us, it could be 10 to 20 business days. I'm like, what's a business day in a 7-day work week? It should be typical. 20 days then. There's no such thing as a business day.
Yeah.
Typical of
the only place that isn't open Sundays is the fucking banks. Like, what's not open on Sundays?
I had to laugh. I quickly misread Doug's message there in the side chat. It says, I spoke to a few friends. We're going to make some cabs, which I'm rather excited to do. I read it as crabs.
Either way.
I was like, well, I do like crabs, so I can see that aspect. But yeah, cabs is better.
Hey, Trev, I got 20 pounds of king crab. You in? Yes.
I got a recipe for that.
Exactly.
I got a couple.
I show up with the cooler, and here you go.
But Ben, if you showed up and you said, I got 20 Dungeness crabs in a sack, you want to go to, I'd just be like, have fun, man. Move on. Too much work for such a little reward on those.
Yeah, no. Yeah, business day was 1897. Exactly.
Yeah, the thing you don't want to hear is, I got crabs and I got some blue ointment with it. Nope. Stay away, please. Thank you.
No. Hey, William De Silva, how's the fabric guitar working out for you?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Proud owner of Dr. Charles Fabric Cup.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough,
he's one of the cool kids that has one.
But you don't. You could go to Seattle and then fly to Alaska without a passport, can't you?
Speaking of U.S. food chains that are coming into Canada, Chick-fil-A is actually opening up in Barrie, Ontario.
Huh. I've had it. Sorry.
Yeah.
We enjoy it.
American chains don't last long in Canada.
Yeah.
But it's really hit or miss for them.
I want Waffle House to come just for the drama.
Oh my god, I remember watching that. Oh, that was just crazy.
See you, Nick. Yeah, I remember when everything was closed on Sundays too, Bo. Then in the 80s, they started opening stuff up.
We couldn't even buy beer on Sundays.
Yep.
Heck, now if you got a smartphone and skip the dishes, you can actually order your alcohol.
This town, you always could. You just had no other cabbies. They didn't care.
Well,
always befriend a cabbie for that. Hey, can you deliver a 2-4 over to this address? Yep, not a problem.
Yeah, as long as I got the money, sure.
Except that the 2-4 was generally it'd be a 22 upon delivery because that was the tip, you know.
Oh, guy showed up and his trunk was loaded. The guy had smokes, he had beer, he had whiskey, he had vodka. The trunk was loaded. Roadside repairs. Give him a call anytime of night. That was run by one of the local motorcycle clubs, I believe.
Oh, I want to get
losing all
the dust. Yeah.
What's going on? I did take this off. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Michael Krause, would Canadians be rude at Waffle House? Well, maybe if you gave them fake maple syrup. That's funny, Patrick. in Alberta, you could buy beer every day of the week, but you couldn't go shopping on a Sunday. Oh my god!
All right. So there we go. I just said because it was, So tomorrow I'm busy because I'm borrowing the Yamaha Revstar.
cool.
Fella got one. So I'm going to grab it to demo it. He's like, I need it. I got rehearsal at 5 and I need it by then. He's also, I did this to it. You may need to adjust it for your playing. I'm like, no, we'll just play it as is. I'm not going to change your setup just for a demo.
That'll be good.
So it's and I believe it's a P90 model too, Terry.
Ooh.
That should be delicious.
That should be nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I may play it through this. I may play it through that.
For a minute.
I may play it through that. I got to see what it sounds best through.
4K, no, those trios.
Maybe we'll vote in the chat. 1 in the chat for the Marshall, 2 for the VHT, 3 for the Fender. One, 2, fuck off, Trev. 3.
Well, besides Trevor's 3 1s, one seems to be. Sorry,
I think
Patrick
Patrick's
says
got the right idea.
1, 3, and 2.
The Marshall, then the Fender, then the VHT.
Hip also
in that
1,
order.
2, and 3.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm playing through 1 amp.
Yeah, that's true. You got to have it back quickly, so you can't play through 3.
Yeah, I can only borrow it for.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God, John! What the?
See, now he's a mod, so he can do that without being blocked.
Well, I think it's unanimous by now.
Apparently, I also have offered an old Proco Rat, but I'm like, oh, hold off. I'm not. I don't want to be in a Rat frame of mind because I'm dialing in other tones. I can't throw a Rat into the mix right now.
Oh, I know who you're getting that from, and yes, you better grab it while you can because you never know when it disappears.
It's not Rich.
Oh, actually, that's shocking.
No, that's not an old Proco Rat, and I've owned that Rat 3 times already, and I believe it's already demoed on the channel. So no. Although a certain pedal that was involved in a trade last week, I know is already up on the Kijij.
Patrick would like it if you played all 3 at the same time. Wet, dry, wet kind of thing.
I can do stereo. I can't do 3.
Yeah.
So into John's ranch, right? I know, Doug. Like you think P90 guitar, you'd actually want it through the Fender or possibly in the VHT. Just saying. But apparently, people want to hear the P90s into a Marshall. Well, you all better watch it then and comment.
In my case, it's a Marthnell.
Yes. So okay. So tomorrow we can borrow that. But yeah, the guy's also got a old Proco Rat, and I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about coming on the show one week.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Very cool.
He may be lurking. Who knows? And now I have Charles Green's address as well.
A lurker. The mysterious lurker.
I don't know. Should we show Charles what he's getting, Trev?
If you want to see Charles.
Actually, hopefully, Charles, if you make the Water Buffalo meeting on Wednesday, I'll show you a Wednesday. How about that? Because I want to see the look on his face.
Excellent idea. See, sometimes
P93 my Super was quite nice. I bet, Sascat.
Ooh. That definitely would be.
I may be able to, John.
Yeah, somebody's got to get
7 p.m. Eastern, graphite. Which I believe you're in Florida, so it's 7 p.m.
That's correct. 4 o'clock for me.
So yeah. Well, we've gone an hour and 20, so that happened. So we should probably wrap things up because it's gone over the hour-long show. I'll be live tomorrow night with Cousin Doug on NAS Canucks for the 6 of you that care. We'll call it the season thus far edition because we've missed enough weeks. We'll just do a season recap up until now.
Yeah. A little catch-up.
6 p.m. for Saskatchewan, apparently. Central time, eh? There we are. And, yeah. And that'll be fun. And, I guess shoot a Soda Pop video tomorrow as well. Although, maybe the Rip Starter demo will be on Wednesday. I don't know. Because I already have a Friday video. No, I'm shooting another video Thursday. Ooh, I actually have some videos in the can. Nice. Yeah, me all booking guests in advance and now putting videos in the can, Trev, in case I actually were sick or something for a day. Ooh, what a concept.
Nice to have an ace up your sleeve.
Is there a Water Buffalo handshake in the works? Well, it's kind of hard virtual, other than, I guess, that.
Something like this.
What soda? That's a good question. It's either going to be Phillips Brothers orange soda, or which is orange or orange cream soda. I can't remember which. Or, there was another one in there.
Please don't.
Jones sour mango
Sour
and something
I don't know
else.
if I like the sound of that.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't like
about
that.
that.
I was out at sour. I just got it so Charles can giggle. That's all. That's both the Charleses, so they can both giggle.
Some things sour are good, but I don't know about mango.
I'm thinking
Mango
like maybe
doesn't
like a
sound
lime Ricky kind of sour. I don't know if I'd want to go much more sour than that. A drink.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's still Terry. He's still SMY Tree. SMY Tree.
Well, I treat you.
If you're watching on replay, comment down below. What's up, Martin? Still Terry. Still Trev. You know what?
Recycle your batteries. God, I got a pile of 9 volts coming here.
Right? Do that. Where's the stuff I want? Brand.
I want to bring the meter out and test them and see how many are actually dead.
All right, I'm going to play us out with a different song tonight. So that means I'll just do an overlay and I'll mute our mics so we can all wave goodbye as I try. Hold those doors open. Oh, you want that one? Is that what you want instead? Well, fine. We can do
Alien
that.
on the drums is my
Doors
favorite.
open. Let Trev in, Eddie in traffic. He's got to drive everywhere this week. And be good to each other. Rock on. Doug's voice real. And tone chasing. Where? What am I looking for? Oh, video clips. Right. There we go.
See you, Dale. Bye, Dale. Bye.
Adios, amigos.
Dale show up already? Because I'm rambling. Oh, there is Dale. See? Dale at the end.
There he is.
Great and everything.
Dale,
So, yeah. What they said and what I said, and don't litter.